People pick that up, yeah, because they see more number of things displayed, more number of functions. Oh my God, I'm getting 100 functions here to do it. Whether or not I'm going to use it or not, I'm going to pick that one. Yeah, but trust me, this is what you use. This is where your brain is. This is what you think about. You set the temperature, you set the time. That's it. That's what you do on a microwave. You don't do this. But still, people will pick this up. Yeah. And it's very confusing though. Yeah, I mean, trust me, this is very confusing. There's a whole lot of setting. They say fish, they say steam rice.
You need a manual to understand.
You need a manual to understand that. And then there's this display which has all kinds of icons, some waves going around. I mean, I didn't really understand that it's showing convection, to be honest. Beautiful design. Does it make it really help it? This is a shower panel. It's a beautiful design, yeah? How many people know what temperature do you set your water on when you're taking a bath?
That's the thing. I'm confused about that.
So, do you really know what temperature you take bath on? I mean, with what set? I really don't know.
What temperature you burn?
Yeah. I'm 99 degrees Fahrenheit. I really don't know whether this will burn me or not. But it give me a scale which I can understand whether it's hot or cold, it's medium or very hot. Very beautiful. I would like to have this in my bathroom or probably in my drawing room. But it doesn't really help. So does design help it? Does beautiful things help user experience? I don't think so. Very simple example of how shampoo industry and the conditioner industry actually cracked it. You walk into a store, loads of shampoo and conditioner bottles looking very similar in graphics, and you would immediately know which one is the shampoo and which one is the conditioner. Can you tell me how do you identify it?
The conditioner is upside down.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, you don't really need you to put your brain into it, yeah? You walk into a store, you actually close your eyes because when you're taking a bath, you actually feel the conditioner and just pick it up and put it on your hair. That's it. That's what it is meant for.
And what did the designer had to do? He just had to go and turn the bottle upside down.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Think simple. Think human. I mean, sorry, technologists. You learn a lot, but think human. Become humans. Ultimately, they are the people who use it. So, what makes a good product then? When you ask the question, there's lots of things going on. I don't know. I mean, whether do I buy it or what do I do? Here, there are flowers shouting more than the product. Which is supposed to be a background. Yeah, Umid stuff, people don't need it. They want people to connect, develop and perform. But then why this whole lot of other things which is going on? Flickr. Classic example of omitting stuff. This is what I need to do. Don't think about anything else. American Airlines, when they had, this is the previous page of American Airlines. What do people need to do on an airline site? They don't want to read loads of text and features and news and offers and everything. It's almost like the whole site on the home page. They redesigned it to look like this. Yeah, this is what people come here for. Give them what they want. Do not kind of put everything. As I said, it's not a showcase of your technology expertise or your business expertise. This is what the user wants. Given that, your product will be successful. Dropbox, classic example. This is what I do. If you want to do it here. That's what I want to do. Do not actually beat around the bush. Completely pointless. ICICI Bank, although the whole site sucks, this is the only place where I see some user experience being put in place. I'm into branch locator and it gives me a map where I can locate a branch. Otherwise, the whole website sucks. Yeah, sorry if I'm offending any ICICI Bank people. MTNL website. How many of you have paid bill online? Yeah, where do you press to pay bills? This is here. It's here. My God, I mean, it's here. It's the last thing. I mean, obviously you'll miss it out of like a footer. Yeah, I mean,
It's
like
an afterthought. It's definitely an afterthought. They didn't know where to place it, so forget it.
Someone will not find this page. You have to Google this.
They don't want you to pay.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, I would love to do that. Seriously, I mean, if they actually write it, you don't need to do all document users need to register. All document users don't you need to pay the bill. That's what they should write.
Reflect government.
Ironically, they have revamped the entire website apart from this page which people will be using the most.
And the funny part is when paying the bill, they have put like the new. Something
New,
like
yeah.
new has come out.
Oh, people go pay. This is a new development. In 3-4 years, I started new. Please do it now. It's very easy. So fair enough. I mean, obviously we all have our experiences in daily life, websites, UI, mobile, everything in that. So much technology, so much interface stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
In today's perspective, I think UI, when you do UI, there is another thing that is coming into place. It's like SEO, right?
Okay.
So search engine optimization, that is, and it's very crucial for people who are starting out.
Fair.
For big guy like Flipkart.
Very good question.
Flipkart is very well designed homepage and all.
Yep.
But when you are starting up, then you need to follow certain practices, and sometimes UI needs to be compromised. That's
Fair
my
enough.
experience.
I agree from the initial part. UI needs to compromise is the wrong statement. UI never compromise. I mean, you cannot compromise UI.
UI has nothing to do with SEO.
Absolutely, exactly. SEO, I just asked a question.
It is.
SEO is done from what perspective? What is the engine which is running SEO? Or actually kind of rank stages?
See,
Is it mechanical or is it human? Thank you.
No, in
the
real
thing
world,
is
I would compare
when
the
we talk
SEO
about
consultant
business-
to a Vastu guy or an architect.
You know what? The SEO,
Okay.
it looks at the code. It scans through the code. It scans through the HTML which is rendered on the front.
Not the UI.
Yeah?
Nothing.
Of the UI. It doesn't even bother what interface. It will not recognize whether you are doing red color or green color or you are doing things
No,
upside
back
down.
then you could cloak, you could show people something, okay, on
That
the
is frowned
page,
upon.
and then you can show something else to the bot.
That is frowned upon.
But now it's not.
So the answer to this question is that
Yes,
these two
knowledge.
things are very separate in terms of its. When you apply it in real practice, these are two separate things. For SEO, you can do a lot of other things than compromising on the UI. Yeah,
The technology
there
interface
is
is-
nothing which actually stops you from getting a high ranking on Google if you're really looking
I'll
for
tell you
without.
No, I'll give you an
doing
example.
anything
I'll give you an
else.
example.
Yeah.
See the homepage.
Yeah.
Homepage. Sometimes what happens is that you need to put a lot of, some paragraph which is like, optimized on this thing, which doesn't look good.
Can you hide that paragraph? You can hide that.
You can.
That's cooking. That's
No.
cooking.
No,
That's
it's-
annoying.
When
Oh, so there are devices to do that. I mean, I'll not go into technology. I can
No, I'm saying that.
So
I'm saying that.
you can actually put 2 paragraphs and not one. You can put 5 paragraphs and not one.
Actually,
That's what I can say.
There's a much simpler solution. The first screen that opens up can be the UI that you really want, and then nobody limits the length of the page, right?
Yes.
So you can scroll down and have all the content that you want.
Yes.
Fair enough.
There are a lot of
There are lots of
legal
solutions. Let's not go into the solution. There are lots of solutions. What I want to say is that the word compromising UI is something that you are actually trying to kick your product into a hole. Yeah.
No, what I'm
Do not
saying
never
is,
ever do that.
what I'm saying is,
Never
in a
ever
utopian
Never
world,
ever do that.
in a utopian world, you can do whatever you want. But I'm saying that in reality, this happens.
No, see, this is what. Let's move on. We can have a one-to-one discussion and we can actually sort it out. But trust me, you cannot call.
can really solve that.
Technology is for human. Human doesn't actually like technology. It's just a facilitator of certain things that you are
You
actually.
got the user to use the
So,
site, get the highest ranking, but it comes to your site, has a bad user experience, he'll go away.
No, I'm not
It's
saying
more
bad
important.
user experience. I'm saying that there is
Won't come back.
a challenge. There is a challenge.
Guys, we'll move on. We'll move on. Yeah? Let's just move on. We have shorter time. Okay. So basically, when it comes to user experience, people ask me what kind of scale do you measure in? Do you actually have, okay, fine, I have 2 centimeters of usable user experience or 5 centimeters? Is there a scale to measure user experience? Yes, there is one. It's called usability. You can measure the usability of a product. Yeah. And you can actually try and answer certain questions, very basic questions to your product and see if it answers those correctly. Yeah. Obviously, defining usability, I'm not going into detail, you can read that. It's a measure of ease of use. Just a quote. I'm going ahead quickly. Just one thing that I want to point out in this particular diagram here, I know many of you would have gone through this term of UCD, user-centric design approach, where you put the user as the hero of whatever you're doing. Right now, this particular graph that you see here, it's completely turned around. People discover less, design medium, and develop more. You have to discover more. Yeah, you have to discover more what people want, not develop more. If you're discovering right, your product is bound to be right. It cannot fail. Classic example of a scissor. It's a product. It's on a UI. Ask this question to the scissor and see if it helps. Does it feel like it will do the job? If I want to cut it and this particular device, not called the scissor, but whatever instrument is kept on the table, do you really feel that this will do the job? If the answer is yes, you are on the right track. Does it allow me to quickly learn it? Can I immediately learn and start doing things what I want to do? If the answer is yes, in the right track. Does it do the job as expected? Yes. It will cut. If it cuts well, obviously that's what you're here for. Job done. Would I come again? Yes. If I need to cut anything, I will come again. These 4 questions, if you answer correctly for your product, you are on a success path. It might take a bit of refinement, but trust me, it will be on a success path. There's no mantra to this. Sorry, I don't guarantee anything. There's no certification at the end of this product. Please do not hold my collar if it doesn't. Sorry, it's all about the scissor. So we have 2 kinds of people involved when it comes to user experience. One is the designer and one is the user. And there are 3 kinds of behavior that we see when it comes to design. One is the visceral behavior. How does a user feel about a product? What happens when you enter Apple Store? Yeah, even before actually going to the interface, you want to just hold it and kind of. I've seen people just waiting like this. Somebody's holding, and so somebody start. They want to hold it. Yeah, does it really feel? That's a very subconscious feeling. I want to hold the iPad and see how it feels like. Does it have that kind of thing? Designers are experts at doing that. They can make things beautiful, like that thermometer on your shower panel. I want to have that. Yeah, it looks beautiful. Okay, that's what designers are good at. How does the user use the product and interact? They pretty much know about it. Yeah, they have their intuitions, they have their own whole lot of study that they have done in design schools. They know how it behaves, how people will interact with it. What they don't know is whether the user is going to come back to this product or not. They design good, they actually put all their hard work, they understand, they actually talk to kind of few of their friends. Oh, does this work? Oh, it's beautiful, good idea. Yeah, but they really don't know what this user is going to feel about the product. You need to, that's not reflective. You need to bring this person in your design process. Yeah, you need to actually go out in the market, talk to this person. If you don't include him, you will obviously miss this aspect, which is very, very difficult. If they don't come back to your product, it is completely useless. You have to dump the product and go into the next one. Yeah? Obviously, this, I mentioned it. I'm giving a very short example of this website here. It says last minute tickets. Yeah. What does the first screen tell you? That obviously I have just 1 minute left. Yeah, it's last minute. I want to book a ticket. Beautiful, one button, absolutely Google model. This will do my job. First question answered. I click book here. It starts loading, but whatever speed, I don't know. It just keeps on loading and shows me all sorts of information I don't need. How the product works, how much discount it offers, and my last minute is always ticking. It's gone already to 30 seconds and going towards 60 seconds. That's the last minute booking that I'm doing. I come back to this particular big form and it shows me all kinds of errors that I might encounter. Yeah, my name doesn't include comma, should not include numbers. What I want to now, want my name to be 123 Tanay Kumar. That's what I want to be. Whatever, it shows a lot of error. My last minute booking, I will not come back because it is not last minute booking. This is what you have to take care. When you actually promise certain things, people start expecting things from you. Carry out their journey and see if what is expected from you is being delivered to the consumer. If it is not, they will not come back. Sorry, I want to. Again, a very it's a diagram which has been repeated time and again into all kinds of UCD methodologies. It tells you to basically try going out in the field and not sitting in the office. Try, go out, study your users, come back, design, go back, again test, come back, redesign, unless until you're convinced, you're okay with the product, go out and then market it, or whatever come out of the product. You have loads of these kind of diagrams which you can actually access from the internet, so I'm not going to go into this. So obviously design can change businesses, but it's more than pretty pictures. It's not an art. We are not artists. Designers are not artists. Please understand this. They are not only good with colors, they actually are psychologists, they are actually people who understand sociology. Yeah? They can live in this environment and tell you what is good or is bad. So please, people come to us, you have a business idea, but it's not looking good. Can you put some colors into it? Okay. What kind of color do you like? Oh, these are bad colors, blue and pink. Okay, fine, I'll paint it. Is that what you want? Give money for it. Fair enough. So that's not what we do. Okay, design is more than pretty pictures. It's the art of creatively solving problems. That's what we do. Okay. That's what any particular design job is kind of expected to do. Yeah. What makes a great design? Top benefits, not features. Either you want to expand. Obviously, you have been at the client servicing end for so long. You have been into talking to so many clients.
Okay. Without taking any names, I'm going to give you a couple of instances where I've had frustrating experiences with clients. Now, this client of mine manufactures tubes. Big guys, but they manufacture tubes. Competitor has a beautifully done 3D model flash video on YouTube. And he tells me, this is the heart of my website. I want a flash video. Okay, so what is this going to do for you? It's the heart of my website. What's it going to do for you? It looks good, my competitor has it. He will not think about what he wants to say to the client. Potential clients have questions when they come to you. Is your website answering those questions? Because your website is a sales tool. It's supposed to answer questions that clients have when they can't meet you. It's only if your website is the first point of contact, only if your website interests you, will they actually get it. Otherwise, they'll go with. Then I asked him, does this video that you want, does it explain a process which is unique, which is proprietary, which makes you different from the others? And he goes, no, it's pretty standard. So anyway, to cut a long story short, talk benefits, not features. Video is a feature. A 3D video is a feature. Don't think that I want a video or I want an animation or I want this form. Think of what exactly you want your website to do for you. Think about what are the questions that people will have when they come to your website and how best they're addressed. Think in flows, not screens. User journeys. There are various different kinds of users.
Don't make the user thing. Obviously, I mean, think in flows and not screens. I mean, there is a technical requirement. Can I have a homepage design? Can you show me what it looks like? Homepage design. There is no homepage now. We don't have a homepage.
Or worse, do you have some template that we could just use?
You love those guys, don't you?
Oh yeah. I mean, there was a classic query. There was a classic query on a website stuff where somebody asked a question that will it fit in an A4? I said if it got it around on a landscape mode, probably it will. That's how the screen is designed, probably. I don't know. So I mean, this is the kind of question that you encounter. I mean, you have about here. You can get a genie out of the mobile. I suppose if you rub the genie, it will come out. You seriously. It might come out. Yeah? I have not tried it, but the next lever, you know what a lever does, isn't it? It can, I mean, somebody who designed or probably invented a lever thought that he can actually lift the earth. That's what the design can do. It can actually transform the way what you. I mean, obviously you conceive the product, okay, but design can change it. Design can completely change it to push your product to the next level.
When design.
Go on your feet. Nothing happens in front of the 2D screen. You have to go out. Trust me. You have to go out, talk to people. you'll never get it right the first time. But as I said, do I guarantee anything? I don't guarantee. You have to continuously keep doing it. You make a product. Google has not stopped at their search engine. They have been doing stuff at the background. That's how they're successful. Has a Bible? Yes, there will be constraints. Everything has a constraint to be worked upon. I will put X amount of space on the right, on the left, fair enough. Yeah, I'll work in those guidelines, but those are fine. Those Bible is fine. Ultimately, it's the users. Again, you can just read the cartoon. It's taken from.
So what is the thought process which we need to follow while we are trying to market ourselves or put our product online? Is what we're going to do is do it by a simple form. How many of you have used this form to pay slips? Everyone, actually. So there are some problems, something's nice, something's bad about this. I will just distribute these, try to identify what the problems are in this. Where are the users getting stuck? What are they? What do you think is right in these slips? What is wrong?
Yeah.
In terms.
Guys, any more? Just keep saying.
Shopkeepers.
Senior citizens. Yes.
Senior citizens.
Senior citizen, housewife.
Shopkeepers.
Shopkeepers.
Normal girl.
Or not. Fair enough. If there is gender bias in this product, then probably we will go into a girl and a boy.
The form is not asking male or female, it's okay.
Normal people.
Normal people.
Because the engineer
Doesn't write much. Writes probably.
keyboard
Lazy people, you mean?
Bank people.
this is mother of good design.
The other spectrum. Like the bank people.
Yeah, bank people is important. Bank people is very important stuff because there is writing is bad. The only ones who are reading it. That's what I'm saying. You cannot.
Drivers and
Can drivers be in this category?
Yes.
Correct.
I'm a driver.
office boy.
For just 2 minutes, for 3 minutes.
And listen to me.
From your perspective, whatever persona you are, tell the problems for this random form. Can you repeat the question? I'm not. The first group to finish analyzing it will not have any price. No price for it. But please. If you have one branch, you can just stamp it in. Excuse me. Guys, excuse me, all eyes here. We will what we are doing.
Okay. So we have senior citizens problem. Right?
How do you switch on the light?
Boxes to say.
Okay, so the problems from senior citizens' perspective.
The boxes are too small. Font size.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Using, I mean, where do I switch on?
Difficult to read. Unreadable. Why do I need to write information twice?
Okay.
What information? Collecting too much information.
To be filled, right?
Repeat info.
Okay. Cool. How about visually challenged people? Visually challenged people?
Who are visually challenged? You don't One is that there are no visually.
Come. Yep, absolutely. Let everybody hear.
There's a box here. I think the switches should be there. This, I didn't cabinet. So there are no visually recognizable symbols or markings. And the print is very small, so we can't even read anything that's there. And there's too little space for writing the details.
Too little space. Okay.
Yeah, that's three main problems.
Okay. Next group, guys.
Yes.
Come. Guys, please encourage.
But we didn't get our there are too many
Normal
Guys, I want you to please concentrate on the problem that this guy has.
Have you heard of right shade effects?
No.
Yeah.
So too many relevant details. What is only required is the account number, the amount, the PAN, and the stamp. And the PAN is required because in case you are representing cash.
Irrelevant details to be filled in.
And the details required are the account number, the amount, and amount is required only in case you are representing cash, and again for cash. And then the stamp is what is also required, and the stamp can have the date. So you can eliminate the date as well.
Okay. So that's the solution part.
Yeah, the solution.
So the only problem which is that there are too many things to fill in.
Right.
Way too many.
Way too many.
Let me exaggerate this.
You already done? Normal people are always last in the country. You're normal. Whatever these people want to have. Foreign nationals.
Foreign nationals, it was not clear which is the personal copy and bank copy. So,
Fair.
it was not clear. Branch details were useless because.
Branch details. Okay.
Then there was a requirement to tick savings and current account, which probably does not make sense because account number itself should reflect the savings.
Fair. Irrelevant details.
Irrelevant details.
Fair.
Fourth one, we thought that the deposit slip was it says deposit slip but does not say is it for a payment of the credit card or to deposit money into the bank. So all the details are asked, but it doesn't. We don't know what it's meant
Irrelevant
for.
details and details you should be asked.
Yeah. So what is it going to do for me? It's not very clear.
Okay. So confusing points which.
Yeah.
Confusing terminology.
So it's reflective.
It's not very clear.
What
Deposit slip is just very ambiguous.
Nationals always ask too many questions, so it's reflective.
The entire group there. And then it was, I mean, can I use it to deposit in foreign currency? Not clear.
Guys, normal people, please.
Normal people should say we have no problem. This is possible, absolutely fine.
I need a job in the bank.
So again, reading of information you have to fill on both sides.
Yeah, talk to them.
To
Then, because I am normal, I only want to deposit one check. I don't need so many rules.
It's fine, that's fine. Let's hear it out. Let's hear it out. That's the problem that he has.
Too many fields is again.
All white
Only
points.
those two. Like, I don't have to
Wasting
take
paper.
deposit. Yeah, I only have one check.
And no black. There's no cash.
And cash and check should be separate. Because I usually only deposit checks. Then all this information which the bank officials want to use, why is not happening?
Okay. Official stuff.
And yeah, obviously there is
Yes, please. Taxonomy should go in a normal person.
I don't understand that.
I mean, imagine for the illiterate one.
Illiterate is a normal. I don't understand that.
I agree. So taxonomy, I mean, that's a problem that is at the top of it. Right, banks, since you are the people who will use this form to make
From bank's perspective,
This is fine.
guys, let's hear about it.
I mean, currently we don't use all the denominations which is always there. Council side of it. Currently we don't use all that. You see one side it's Hindi English ramped up, and the other side it's pure Hindi. That doesn't make sense to me.
It's definitely good. It's not right. Reparation is not a word ever written in
I have not spacing, I think a lot of people are
Gramming of the space.
Yeah. Readability is a problem for the bank because of the grammar places, people write in weird right. The C takes a lot of space.
The C. So you require them to see or you don't require them to see?
So it's directly go on.
It's not on the scan, it's on this. It's taking a lot of space.
Yeah, I think some of the bank forms have it, some of them.
Yeah, and why is the shape rectangular? In that it can also be
Shape of it.
so that when they put it in the check, it covers it.
What is your problem in that?
Yeah, so what is banks? So bank doesn't like square, I mean rectangle.
No, I mean they'll get more space because they have to read a lot of things.
No, the check is in a rectangular shape, so when you attach the check,
Okay, you'll have to see the checks also.
Maybe you don't know. Guys, any group?
And what about the information? I mean, from the bank's perspective, is all of this information required
do you
for the
really
bank
need
to
that
know?
info?
We cannot.
Do away with it?
It's not required for the but we required for the record. We cannot commit sins mandated by management.
So as bank management, would you
Yeah, those start with the way.
For a semi-legit, someone like on the first page uses Hindi and English. So for a local, you would want Marathi. I mean, no, I didn't know.
Okay, fair enough. Interesting person there. You're reading something in the back of the form.
Yes.
What is it?
It's in Hindi. The same thing.
It's in
is it a different language?
Is it?
or Maharashtrian.
So the next step is
Okay, so guys, you all know all the problems now. Okay, from your perspective, I would actually now the next step is start looking for some solutions that you can provide to address your problems. How can you help bank from your perspective, from you being an illiterate, you being senior citizen, you being normal, which is combination of illiterate, semi-illiterate, everything.
One form for all.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Can you come up with some solutions that you're looking for here?
and think specifically about only your persona.
Your persona. You're allowed to think about online solutions, you're allowed to think about braille solutions, you're allowed to think about separate solutions for different kind of people. You are allowed to think anything which is not even thought by
Blue
technology.
sky thinking is allowed.
Yeah. Think
So
about
let's-
solutions
let's-
which will help you as a user to solve the
Every problem that you have,
Yeah.
you list out a solution for all,
No,
or
we
you
try
pick
to
up
design-
which are the bigger ones.
You actually pick up the bigger ones.
You design the form according to this particular user.
Yeah.
So to start with, let's see what are the details bank needs.
The easiest, see, I would prefer just the account number placed for the account number and then the check, that's it. Because account number
Why do we need this?
Like the premise of the problem is
bike shed effect. Please go and read up on bike shed effect.
Guys, let's be collaborative here. We want to run this whole cycle together so that you understand the process. It's not about platform and design stuff. Please do not talk it among yourselves. Talk to the whole group.
So let's have 7 minutes of putting things on your thoughts on paper and coming up with
Radical, they start talking about papers. So it is right.
Guys, last point. Think about it. Last point. These are the bank. These are the bank. Every time you make a flash, I would one indicate from the bank.
and in the morning, like
Yeah. So you can
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. See, the bank puts a stamp on it. I see the bank puts a stamp on it. That stamp can have the branch. It can have the date. Yeah, so it's done. You don't need to put it
One by one. Who's ready?
Guys, again, please, we want to look at solutions. Okay, in half an hour, if we are able to help a bank, which is probably one of the biggest industries around, that would be great help here. First group, what I want you to do is come here in this small space, get out a solution. Sorry, that's the only space left.
Yeah, out of that or whatever. Express.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll keep drawing.
So there is a number pad there. Okay, on the number pad you just first you put in your account number. 3 details required, you put in your amount, and you put your PAN number in case it's a bigger amount, more than 50,000. If it's a check, you put in the check. After you have put in all the details, you put in the check. The check is scanned, you get a copy of the check out, which is date, times, and a branch stamp. Okay, so you don't need to put in any details there. The check goes in, the check comes out, the copy comes out, you take the copy, you have all the details of what.
Is it voice enabled?
Huh?
Voice enabled?
So the bank has the records.
So if I'm putting in cash,
Yeah.
how do I?
Okay, if you're putting in smaller denominations, like you have 500,000 bucks, you can put in the notes, like you have the Vodafone kiosks.
So you just put in note by note.
You just put in note by note. If you have bigger bundles, then you can put it in an envelope and put in the envelope in the Dropbox.
Great.
And
Great.
there are
Only one question. What was the biggest problem that you were trying to solve here?
Irrelevant details.
I think the biggest problem we are trying to solve here is that I don't want him to read anything. He just knows numbers.
Numbers,
and
yeah.
he should be able to punch in numbers.
So it's only the amount and
Huge problem. The lowest common denominator in a village, no electricity. What happens to the system?
Exactly. From bank perspective, I have a branch in a village. So there is no electricity whenever it comes.
There is no outlet.
So even this
You don't have to know which is one that
So
you
all the
need to
details
take
come,
home, and you just need to put in those 3 details.
Okay, guys, I want you to verify if account number, amount, leave out PAN here. I don't even remember my PAN.
PAN, yeah.
Yeah?
No, use the PAN for cash immediately. For cash immediately.
No, I don't agree. With computerization, if the system is on, then where is the problem with the bank associating as
No, but they don't have all the data.
No, they will have a data now. Okay, let's.
So basically, with an account, you have to have the PAN number before you open the account. Why do you require the PAN number?
Brilliant. That's a brilliant
Okay.
solution.
Can I tell you? It's an RBI guideline.
For cash.
Is obviously there are the key problem that they were trying to solve is that can I omit altogether the text input and only use numbers to deposit it?
This solution exists.
No,
And in a check, anyway, all the details are there. So he just needs the account number and the he just needs account number.
Okay, so this slip may be used for a DD, wherein you want to reference the denomination and stuff. So,
How do you address that? A normal illiterate person who is in a village, he might not have a check. He might always go with a
So he
cash.
puts his money in an envelope.
Yeah, so what you're saying is if the denomination is small, you could have it like a
Then he still has to
Vodafone
fill in
24.
that envelope. What happens to that envelope? Yeah, that's the thing. So
Those 3 things.
So that's how you don't get anything.
Okay, ma'am, I don't know her name, but what's
You got to understand the mindset of an office boy. Okay, when you're talking about village, I don't know how many office boys will be there in a village. The reason we mention office boys is because they are depositing cash on behalf of an office. Right? So today, when you look at villages, I mean, for a moment, let's not look at contradicting the solution or in any way. I'm trying to give you the situation. When you look at the environment at that point, irrespective of what the company is, the office boy is getting that amount and he's going to deposit. At that point, if he's semi-literate or illiterate, all he needs is these key pieces of information. And if you have a voice-activated kiosk to answer your question, I think that eliminates the need for him to even figure out what he needs to write. And to answer your question, sir, yes, this solution does exist. We try to combine a couple, so we're leveraging the power of the kiosk with the voice.
So guys, I think it was a nice effort. Obviously,
Doing like a form redesign. The objective was form redesign.
the objective the objective was form, not form redesign. It was what the
process.
What you said,
So even if it's a form, can it is 3 details? Excuse me. Even if it's a form, he need only these 3 details. That's what we're trying to say. So if he's coming with a cash or whatever, only these 3 details.
hard work to come with a solution. Let's hear it out.
yes, we are.
So number 1 is again carbonless. Things should be there definitely, which the carbonless. So the other side should go away. No, the it should
Counter
be one.
carbon is not necessary.
It's carbonless. The amount of information collected before it was too much. So obviously just the check number, pre-filled account number from senior citizen.
pre-filled, which means it's printed and comes.
It's personalized slip.
Personalized slip. So through that you get the name, you get all the other details. You need to collect just the amount.
Amounts. In case it's cash. In case it's cash.
No, in case it is, even check you write the
No,
amount.
right, right,
So the back copy you have what check you deposited.
You have got a stars.
Just basically, so when you have the carbon copy, you know what amount of check you deposited, so that goes into your.
So the form something looks like there is the check number and some data pre-filled.
Okay, I have
And
the
an
check
amount.
number.
Sorry?
And probably a signature.
Because you have the check in the
No, when you get a carbon copy out, then how you
Associate. Printed on an envelope so that we can put cash or the check in there. That eliminates the need to paper clip your cash to the slip. That way anyone can.
No, the envelope is for the cash. Envelope is for the
The?
read a slip back. Read a slip back.
Acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement for your file.
So guys, is this good enough? Check number, amount, pre-filled information, or other information that's required for the may not be required while
But you have that on the check.
Okay, guys. Question for the
You have all that information on the check.
But that
Okay, so you're saying those things are required from the
bank's
the
perspective.
bank. So I'm not associating what you want.
No need to duplicate things on the same form.
But it is the cost.
Oh, बाद में.
Okay, so what we would
Not change.
no, there is something I wanted to actually here. The people
That's just where we are lazy novels.
So the small little slip that you see here, we just probably would want to stretch it a bit and fold it into two halves and just have like a carbon paper in between.
Carbon.
Guys, cheating is not wrong, but still I would give that point.
Because आधा घंटा पहले प्रियंका को बोला था हमारा कोई चीटिंग नहीं.
So this is the big idea. This is the big idea.
Yeah, big idea.
Fair enough. Guys, foreign nationals. Foreign nationals have lot many problems.
No, I said I had a solution to that when he said, because basically now with computers, the banks have an idea of what percentage of people are filling in a critical branch cash and how many are filling checks.
Okay.
So accordingly print and keep. So you don't really end up spending so much more.
You print as per requirement. The guy goes to the bank and you print.
Come out with the
Fair enough. So we have the statistics. Why have the statistics?
So if a branch is
Anywhere in the on the globe or around the globe, the idea is it comfortable for a foreign national to come and deposit it using this artifact? If it's not, what is the solution that you propose as a foreign national?
So that's what they're saying. Fill in the information, drop it in the.
So this is still a clean information.
The easiest solution is just scan it. Sorry, just take a picture of it and mail it.
Click a picture. How many people have a camera on their phone?
Foreign nationals don't have a camera.
Oh, guys, any brilliant idea that I can come up with?
I just want to add one thing. The machine should ask me for a language.
Machine should ask for language, okay?
That means America machine. What happened? What language? What happened for the language?
If it folds into the same shape, then that won't be a problem.
So actually the form size will be the same. The information is reduced automatically.
We don't need 3 lines, we just need 1 line.
Okay, guys, we have to close this. But let me just illustrate one brilliant example that we had in a workshop somewhere else as well. And one of the good solutions that they came up with was, one of the problems that they identified is that a villager doesn't understand what is the flow of that thing. What do I fill first? Yeah, and he said, can I turn this form and do it like this? Yeah, and say 1, 2, 3, 4 and finish it, sign it off. So, I mean, just turning the form and writing it in steps makes it easier for you to understand what do I have to fill. Here there's so much of information all around at a random order that you actually are lost.
And there were segregations within the form wherein cash is separate, check is separate, so I don't have to fill in the information within the same box.
Even the flow is wrong. You'll see that cash and check, the checkbox is below the check details. So check details you are writing and then you are saying it's tick off.
That's a brilliant observation. I think these are the small things that we from what we want to take it out from a workshop, that there's lot many things to think about from a user perspective. Technology can solve problems, but it cannot become humans. Yeah, you have to become humans to really start solving problems and getting the right product in the market, or probably nice service to the market.
And I think to sum it up, it will be the whole process itself, wherein
the bank can go away.
So the type of session which we have here, it's important that every project goes through this kind of a brainstorming, this kind of a user personas, and analyzing of analysis of each single problem which they might have, and then arriving a solution. Then you can chunk it. You can say this is, this is one chunk which we can.
With priorities, you can prioritize the stuff. You can have your goals aside, saying, okay, fine, this is what I'm going to do in the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. This is what I'm going to solve the problem. There can be situations where banking people, which I said, the Bible has a Bible. Yeah, it has restrictions which bank people are going to impose on you, which you have to overcome while on the design process. But the overall idea of the workshop was to get you to get into this process.
Yes.
Understand this.
Ideally, the process after this would be to collate all this and try to come up with an optimum solution which serves all of this.
Which can set goals, kind of. Yeah.
Economically viable.
So guys,
parts of a
sorry, it's a rush.
Viability is the big thing.
Rush situation. If you have questions, you can quickly pop. You can answer a few questions.
Where can I find this PPT?
Sorry?
Where can I find this PPT?
On my laptop. I cannot give it to you right now. I will mail it to you.
Send a mail to.
Yeah, we'll share it with Ty, and they can actually
send me a mail.
It's usually on time. I mean,
Can you get this actually implemented? You go talk to the
Krishna is one of my classmates. I mean, we are junior in IDC. We actually studied. Did you study this thing with sir? Actually, we did this workshop at IDC to actually see how we can redesign it. Till now, banks are not convinced that so less information is good enough for them. They keep asking for more and more stuff.
I guess another.
No, but when we put it in the Dropbox, who cares what you filled in? The money comes into the account.
Absolutely. I mean, hardly anybody. I don't know if somebody checks.
There are different banks and have different systems. I just write my account number on the back of the check and just put it in the box.
I think the biggest problem with banks is that you implement a small change, it has to trickle down to the very bottom of the chain. That's the biggest problem. The implementation is the biggest problem. So that's why you don't
so banks, not you as a bank. Banks really need to actually up the game. As I said, if you as technologists and designers actually show them the way, I don't think so. People are averse to good usable products, but they need to be shown the way. So
usability matters. Like I have an account with HSBC Bank, and it's very simple to put the check. I shift it to HDFC and I have to fill all the forms. I agree. So then I don't like it. I want to go back to it. So usability matters, and user is important. If you take care of it, it will come back to you.
So why aren't you going back?
I have a account with them.
I know, but why is it still
minimum balance?
So they should
out of smoke.
See, that's where very old.
That's where user experience.
Yes.
What does factor into?
We solve problems.
It's a tough question to crack, but actually we solve problems. We from very good terms, we design anything which needs to be redesigned. Primarily, we do
product design. We don't actually.
See, we don't go into product design at the moment, but we do have contacts. If you have a product to be designed.
Okay, so after October 26, you will see a lot of our work on Windows 8.
I mean, what kind of workspace do you have?
Workspace.
Because I've heard a lot that designers need.
Oh, so you can actually. There is no dress code. We don't have any cabins in our office. There's one conference room, one library, and everybody sits on the floor, not on the floor.
Can you share some of the prototyping tool? Where we have in this black book, we have like all the list of movies.
No, I have something more exciting. So, in 2.5 minutes, in 2.5 minutes, two venture capitalists on stage saying mother promised truths on what they actually say and what they actually mean when people ask them for money.